Greetings, 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 brothers and sisters, men and women all around the world. Welcome to another episode of the Blueprint Revealer. I'm your brother BG.
I'm your brother Blaylan G. Plenty much love.
Plenty much love to everybody out there in society, man. Before we begin, this is the night we've been on. We had already tapped on the trapped American dream. Now we finna step into freedom. But before we begin, I have to give a big thanks on behalf of the entire positive lifestyle management movement and all the networks. We have reached 3,500 subscribers. To some peoples, that might not mean nothing. But to us, it means the world, and it means the world to us because it's showing that every subscriber that we have gotten it out the mud. We haven't paid for no type of advertisement or none of that. This is sure hard work, boots on the ground.
And word of mouth.
Word of mouth, and we owe it to each and every last one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. What you want to say to the subscribers, Blake? What you got? You
I
got to
truly
say something, man.
appreciate it. I thank you. Listen, as long as you keep doing what you're doing, supporting us, we gonna keep doing what we doing, supporting you. One thing about it, we ain't gonna never stop. We here for each other. Each one reach one, teach one.
Yes. Man, I'm talking about that's it's so beautiful, man. I'm talking about just knowing that what we are doing, the work that we are putting in, you know what I'm saying? It's just it's a phenomenon. It's amazing, man, on how we going about doing the things that we're doing. You know, it's beautiful. We all working, and we showing the work that we showing our love and our loyalty. We showing the work that we putting in, man. It's excellent, man. It's
I
excellent, and
remember
I'm
when it
so
wasn't even accepted.
no. Hey, tell me about it. People
We
didn't
was
even
getting
want it.
bashed right and left.
Yeah. But now we kept going, and
Yeah.
thanks to you all kept us going because y'all kept coming back. See, most people get them 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 50,000, 100,000 views. Man, we around 1,000, 300, 400, 500, whatever. But we know it's reaching. And it's the core. And y'all are doing it. So all we have to do is continue to hit the like buttons, get people to tune in with what we're doing, because we're giving you the truth, even when we make mistakes, as we did in the last Blueprint Reveal, episode 7. Now, episode 8, what we did, we came back and corrected the mistake.
Facts.
That's what we do. So,
you know
let's
what?
get down to it.
Being truthful, I gotta say this, right? If you look at it, those who watch our videos, those who like, comment, those who share the information that we give, honestly are the ones that's pure heart when it comes to this. Because what they get out of what we do is what they learn. It's no monetary gain in it. It's no fame. It's no fortune. It's just the sheer love of being righteous. Our audience is the pure heart. Those who have hatred in their heart, those who are disloyal in their heart, those who don't care about their community, they don't watch us. They don't listen to us because we conflict everything they want to do.
And let's say this here. PLM News Network, we are not about no celebrity gossip. We're not about promoting negativity. We're not about all of the rap beefs that's going on and what's going on with Will and Jada. That's not our platform. When y'all see the Rat Saga, that's for a purpose. It's not just to get no views. This is a purpose. We are enlightening the community. We are empowering our community with the proper knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. So that way they can show their love, life, and loyalty. You know, let's get down to business.
Let's do it.
We're going to start out. We're on page 25. Freedom, the vision. Now, freedom. One word. What is freedom? One word to you, Brother Blake.
One word.
One word.
Liberation.
Liberation. And the liberation, what's the root word of liberation?
Liberty.
Okay. So if we are liberating and we having liberty, so in liberation, you got to liberate something, right?
Yep.
And what are we liberating?
The mind.
We freeing the mind, freeing the dome. That's what we're doing. This is what we finna free tonight, you all. Let's get in this. We finna get up in this piece.
Have your blueprint out, dictionary ready, all that good stuff. Take notes, do whatever you got to do right now.
As always, y'all see that. I want to make sure that everybody see. Y'all see this too, right? That's
a story.
Yes.
Okay.
So yeah, we got everything. If not, one thing y'all can do, y'all can go on y'all phone and use your AI. AI get you the information that you need.
And we ain't talking about Allen Iverson either.
Nah. Artificial intelligence. Or go
but it
Google.
will be the answer.
Yeah. You know, so let's get this pod started. The vision is a definition of long-range goals and objectives, and has put into operation the order for us to begin fulfilling these goals and objectives. All right, let's define goals. Goals are achievable outcomes that are generally broad and long-term. So, networkers, PLMers, what are our goals? It has to be broad and long-term. What are our broad and overall long-term goals?
I'm only going to jump in if you ask me.
Hey, jump in.
Okay. Now, the long range goal overall is growth and development.
Okay. So now we know growth and development are our goals, right?
Right.
Now we got objectives.
Mm-hmm.
So let's define objectives. Objectives are shorter term and define measurable actions to achieve overall goals.
Okay, hold on. So an objective would be the steps you take in order to complete the goal.
Yes.
Okay.
Cool. Towards the completion of the goal.
All right.
Okay.
So
now,
if I had to answer that, I would say the objectives would be educational, economical, political, and social growth and development.
Okay. And that is true because those are shorter term and define measurable actions. Proper education, proper economics, proper politics, proper social growth and development. Those are shorter term goals and define measurable actions that must be taken in order to reach the overall goals, which are growth and development.
Mm-hmm.
It says the vision is for us to acquire marketable skills and will provide us with a legal avenue of financial support. All right. Let's go to the words of wisdom. We're talking about marketable skills, right?
Right.
So we're talking about those that's going to be the workers, the scholars, the providers, the historians, the doctors, lawyers, farmers, priests, construction workers, law enforcement, because we need law enforcement for our community.
Yep.
Y'all might say, what? Yeah, you got to have law enforcement. There has to be laws and policy that must be followed. Because without laws and policies, what you're going to have is chaos.
Without law enforcement, you can't secure your community.
With proper law enforcement.
That's true.
Proper law enforcement for our purpose. For our community purpose. So these are the marketable skills that we need. We need to get our doctors. We need our lawyers. We need our nurses. We need the janitors. We need the people, the landscapers, the ones that's going to cut the grass, the ones that's going to keep everything up in the community, because it's a joint venture. All of us have to do this here.
A collective effort.
Yes, sir. We all have responsibility, but we make up the organizations, individuals who have come together as a collective. The vision dictates that we learn the political processes of our community and become involved to the extent of having a voice in our destiny, that we conduct ourselves in a manner that is compatible to our community, that we frown upon the senseless rape, robbery, burglary, theft, and murder that is rampant in our community, that we establish ourselves in business that is an asset to ourselves as well as to our community, that we set examples that will make it safe for our youth to be a part of us, and ultimately that we eliminate the awesome rate of recidivism that is the experience of a large portion of our youth. We're talking about the community, right?
Right.
Let's give the networkers the perfect example of our communities. We're going to give them the perfect example of our community. And what I mean by our communities, we finna show you. Just take this ride with us. Take this ride with us.
See if your representative is representing your interests. Follow me.
Now look at this here, bro. You see this community?
Yep.
Look how the community is set up. Look how the community is set up now.
That looks peaceful as hell.
It's so peaceful. Look at the sidewalks. Look at the grass, the leaves on the ground. There go the white picket fence.
Yep. So that's I ain't gonna say nothing but the white picket fence.
That's the American dream.
That's the American dream.
American flags. They got the pumpkins, and they got the little flags all on the ground. You know what I'm saying? And the little pink flamingos. Just look at it now. Now this
looks welcoming.
It's welcoming, and it comes from the politicians and the community coming together to make this community like this here. Look at, they got the little Halloween stuff out, you know, and everything. Just look around. This is what people strive to live for, right? This is what they're striving to be in a peaceful environment. You know, and most people would think, oh man, we'll never be able to get there, man. Ain't nobody, oh man, they showing us, man, these white people's neighborhood, man. They all in these white people's neighborhood. Yada, 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 yada. You know what I'm saying? We understand that. You know what I'm saying? That's what you think. But just keep watching. Just keep watching. Look at this, you know, another white picket fence.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
They got 2.5 babies.
Yeah, that's the 2.5 babies.
Yep.
You know, nice houses, driveways, the sidewalks ain't all tore up.
Well paved,
and look at the lawn all manicured, even in the fall.
Yeah.
You know, nice houses. You know, so we got a brother doing his job.
He doing the landscaping.
He doing the landscaping. You know, this is So now, also, now when you see something wrong with the pavement, look what they got. They got the orange corns up to Black America. Now look at this. Look at the sidewalks. Look at the buildings. Look at
Them buildings abandoned.
the abandoned buildings, graffiti everywhere, trash everywhere. All these abandoned buildings. Now what y'all thinking is this here. That's the Black community right there. That's the Black
hood.
community right. That's the hood. You know, you see the Grim Reaper. This is two realities. This is the reality that we see the most.
Ain't no cones on that sidewalk.
Ain't no cones on them. Nah. Look at the buildings.
Abandoned again.
Abandoned. Just look.
That's a whole row of abandoned buildings.
A whole row of them. Whole row. A closed down mini mart. But now this goes to show you how the community is involved in that community. This goes to show you how the constituent. That's the nicest thing in the video. The vehicle.
Yeah, that car was
That goes
nice.
to
I ain't gonna lie.
That goes to show you what the constituents are on. Are the constituents making the politicians, the aldermen, the commissioners, and the United States representatives and senators do their job? They're giving them their votes. So it's somebody that's representing them. Another abandoned bill. Another abandoned bill.
Yep.
No. But is this how we this is not how we're supposed to live.
Brothers and sisters, peoples, everybody, listen to me. It's time that we hold all politicians accountable. But before we can hold politicians accountable, we have to be able to hold ourselves accountable for our community. We have to put community programs together that's going to best serve our interests. We have to get the proper education, economical, political, and social growth and development that best serve our interests, our needs. We have to save our children. We have to save ourselves because we deserve more than what we are giving ourselves. We deserve it. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Peace. Let's get to work, y'all. 2024 is fast approaching.
My brother. Now,
Yes, sir.
let's get one thing cleared up. That first video,
Uh-huh.
the first half of that video, that was not a suburb. There was not a middle class neighborhood, as people want to call the $250,000 in medium income. There wasn't that. That was a 80% Asiatic Black community. 80% of the people in that community are Black. They are working class peoples. They're getting up. They going to work. They making $14, $15, maybe $16 an hour. Some $18, $19 an hour. They're not making a lot of money. But what they have in that community is togetherness. They have one purpose, one aim. All of them are not just going out voting just for anybody. This is what they do. They come together. They have town hall meetings. They have the PTAs. They invite these candidates in. They listen to these candidates. They listen to what they can do for their communities. Then once the candidates leave, however people's running, they leave. Then the leaders in the community, they get together because they have the homeowners associations, you know what I'm saying, and all that. They get together. Neighborhood watch. They get together and they say, okay, this is the candidate that best fits our needs. The second video, second half of that video, is showing you that everything that is being done in the first half of that video is not being done in the second half of that video. And you know where all the finances is going that's coming back to that community? More than likely to law enforcement. And then while your sidewalks are towed down, buildings dilapidated and abandoned, crime still is still at a high rate. But all the money is going where? It's not going back in the community. And the people don't know where their taxpaying dollars are going. They're not demanding anything for the people that represents them, represent their interests, because they don't even realize what their interests are.
Now, that brings me to a question, right?
Yes.
And it just jumped in my head. If the people think that the politicians are there to represent the government instead of representing the community, then that means that the people have a wrong idea of politics.
Totally wrong. Because the politician is there to represent the people. They work for the people. They are servants of the people. That's what they are servants of. Okay, that's just like this here. PLM is servants of the people.
Facts.
We address the people needs. We put the information out that the people need.
So okay, I'm not skilled in politics to that degree, right? So I got a lot of questions, so bear with me. So that means that a majority of us are not utilizing our city councilmen properly or the politicians properly. We're making ourselves victims of politics as opposed to being the creators of policies.
Exactly. See, Scarface said this. He said that they only come around when they run their campaigns and they lie to folks.
Yeah.
But once you vote them in, they can't do jack for you. Once you vote them in, they don't know you. Once you vote them in, they can't do jack for you.
Ghetto fantasies.
Because we're not demanding. We don't know what they're supposed to do for us. Ask the average person right now, who's their alderman? Who's their city councilman? Who's their alderman?
I don't even know what an alderman is, bro.
You see what I'm saying? See, aldermen, they have aldermen in Chicago. There's 50 wards in Chicago, and each ward has an alderman that represents that ward. And each one of those wards, there are an average of 60,000 people per ward. So you got one person, that alderman goes into the city council, that's the local government, the city hall, and represent an average of 60,000 people's entrance. So now just imagine how much influence the people has when you got 60,000 people demanding that this person go in and represent their interest. Now, everybody ain't going to be on board now, but even though you stay in that community, you might not be on board, you might not even understand, but you living in that community, you're going to reap the benefits of the positive and productiveness that comes from making sure that the people that represent you are doing their job.
Okay, so let's say as an alderman, as an example, right? Let's say I'm an alderman. I will review all the complaints, issues, grievances, or whatever that comes from the community.
That's right.
Or my staff would do it.
You take it to the mayor.
Okay, and once I see the biggest complaint or the biggest issue or the biggest grievance out of all the ones that I received, then I'd be okay. This is the main thing that we have to deal with. This is our core issue right here.
Yep.
And I present that up the chain of command to whoever I report to let them know this was going on in this area and this is what we need for this area to flourish.
That's right. And you also have a state representative and a state senator to go down to your state capital and represent your interests for their district. Now, your state representative and your state senator, their constituents get a little bit more bigger. So they might have 3-4 wards or 2-3 wards. You know what I'm saying? 5-6 wards where they represent. See, it's all plays a part, and we're gonna get into that.
So that's
right
why I
now,
said political processes.
Yes, it's not just no one step. Registering to vote, we do that every year, every election cycle. But we have to understand the rest of the steps that comes with just registering. Now, once you register, you're gonna go out and vote. But now you got to know why you're going to vote. What are the issues that affects your community?
See, the American dream doesn't give us this level of clarity. It just sells us on an image that we should be chasing after.
And don't know why you chasing after the image.
Yes.
Don't know the steps of going about achieving the image or the dream or whatever it is that you're going after.
Okay, so the vision that we have gives us clarity beyond just a dream. It deals with the reality of what's actually going on in our current time.
Exactly.
So that we can better make plans objectively and goal wise. So am I comprehending correctly?
Yes, you are comprehending exactly correct.
Okay.
Because most people think that we've been victimized by politics. And you know why do we have been victimized by politics?
Why that?
Because we don't understand it. So we become a victim of it because we don't understand it. Because the people that's coming to you for your vote, they understand it.
Yeah, true.
They understand why that's why Mr. Hoover said about that 40% apathetic vote.
Okay, apathetic. That's apathy, right?
That's apathy. The suppression of
initiative. Absence of initiative.
That's the suppression of initiative.
Okay.
Absence of initiative is complacency.
Okay, so the suppression of initiative. So the apathetic vote would be the suppression of our vote.
Yes, we suppressing our own
refusal to vote. Period.
We suppressing our own voice.
Okay. You got to stuff clicking for me right now. You got to bear with me. I thank you for your patience.
Yes. Now.
Okay, so in comparison to the American dream, right? The vision now offers us what? And I'm asking that because I want to word this correctly. Go ahead.
Hold on. We're finna get into that. Because you just said it. You said, in comparison to the American dream. Let's get back over here. Brother. We got to get back over here. You know what I'm saying? We got to get back. Where we at? You know, it said, in comparison to the American dream, the vision offer our youth an ideal to strive for instead of a dream to be chased. An ideal requires that a person take on a certain attitude and conduct with particular morals and definite goals and objectives. According to the idea of the vision, it is no longer fashionable to pimp our women, sell suicide to our brothers on an installment plan, or rob, con, steal, kill, and beg for a living. Of course, we cannot assume the obligation of totally eliminating these negative aspects from our community, for as we are not wholly responsible for these elements being in our community, but we are obligated to set an example of a better way for our youth. Whoa.
I was going to ask a question.
Whoa. Yes, sir.
Okay. With that being said, right? It's expressing to us that, okay, we're not solely responsible for our condition, right? However, we are obligated to take a stance in our condition. But okay, this will no longer be accepted. This is no longer tolerated.
That's
And
right.
this is what we're going to do from now on to prevent these things from happening. And once we have that collective, I'm going to use the word agenda right now. Once we have that collective agenda within our community that these are the things we're no longer accepting or tolerating, we will present that as an example to the alderman to let
Yes.
him know, okay, these are the things that we're drawing a line on. And this is what we expect out of you in your position to assist us in what we're doing.
That's right. Do your job. If you don't do your job, you're going to be gone.
Okay.
You have a
Okay.
responsibility. The vision. The vision allows us to see where we are headed, premature death and incarceration, if we do not change our direction. So a vision allows us to see ahead. It allows us to be able to see, okay, if we don't change what we're doing, this is where we're going. Because without a vision, you don't know where you're going. You're the blind. You mentally blind. You don't know where you're going. You don't see that. So you're going towards death and incarceration.
Without a vision, the people should perish.
There you go.
All right.
Therefore, the leadership has set forth a new concept for those who wish to become a positive element geared towards working with our community instead of against it. Now, watch this. Here's the key operative word. With those who wish to become a positive element geared towards working with our community instead of against it. Because if you choose not to, then you're going to be ostracized. You're going to be pushed out of the community. The community going to push you out. The community going to run you away.
Okay. So in order to achieve the goals and objectives, right?
Yes.
That will require each member of the community being in total compliance with the agenda, the goals, and the objectives of the collective.
Exactly. Because now, just if you got the stick up, man.
Hey,
man, we ain't tolerate. We know who you are. We ain't tolerating that in this community. Because everybody going to be watching everybody's house. Everybody going to be making sure everybody else is straight. Everybody going to be making sure that all the children in the community are well protected and getting to where they need to be at and receiving the proper education, economic, political, social growth and development for the community's purpose. That's what everybody's going to be doing. We have given them a live demonstration example of two communities, where those who are involved within the community and those who aren't involved in the community. Those who understand what the community needs, and then those who don't understand what the community needs. And it all starts with education.
Yes.
Centered around the 6 principles of growth and development.
Okay, so I want to make sure I'm with you, right? So if we have a community that is focused on the overall need of the community, educationally, economically, politically, and socially, that's what everybody's focused on. That would be the main premise of organization.
Yes.
People working, thinking, and planning together, struggling together all as one.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Go ahead.
For a common cause. And what is that common cause?
Growth and development.
Growth and development. That's the
to
common
better the
cause.
community.
Now, are we all going to be on the exact same page? Now, we're going to have our differences, because that's what an organization is about. You're gonna disagree, but long as we can disagree without being disagreeable
or disrespectful. Okay, so as an example, right? Using the disagreements or differences are there in order for us to see a different perspective of the same thing. So we can find that common ground to where we can approach this with the same level of logic, reason, or rational.
Now watch this here, bro.
Uh-huh.
Let's keep this all the way funky 100 with the networks, man. Last night, when we got off work,
Uh-huh.
you and I, we start building with each other, right?
Yep.
We built, we disagreed on certain things, but we didn't become disagreeable. We came to a logical conclusion like, oh, okay, now I see it. We had to stay in certain areas for a minute, but once we got past that, we was all on the same page, right?
Definitely.
I kept you up so late because you are an hour ahead of me.
Yeah.
You laid down and went to sleep.
Yep.
I stayed up all night. I stayed up all night studying based on the conversation that you and I had previously had.
Understood.
That's what needs to be done in our community, bro. Wasn't nothing personal about nothing that we said. Wasn't no, I'm trying to control you, you trying to control me, you doing all the work, and none of that. You put some thoughts on my head, and I went in there to free my dome from what I was thinking of. Oh, okay, bro. Then I hit you up and said, oh, I got it. You right. I see what you're saying. How many times have you done that to me?
Facts.
That's what we do.
That's facts.
Iron sharpens iron, and man sharpens man.
I'll call you in the middle of the workday, but hey, G, I was thinking about what you told me. Check this out, and just run down a whole idea to you.
And that's how it's supposed to be. See, all of us play a role in our community. Men, women, and children. All of us play a role.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so moving on.
Before we move on, I gotta ask this question real quick.
Yes, sir.
If all of us play a role, right? With TP on the F word, because we know all of us play a role. In order for us to fulfill that role, we have to have a proper education on what our role is.
If I am good doing this, I got to have it. I got to have the proper education of doing that. And I'm not finna try to come over in your lane and tell you what to do in your lane. Let me show you something.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the Feds, and my man Dirty was from Long Beach. I don't know if you ever heard of the basketball player named Doug Christie. He used to play for the Lakers and all that, Supersonics and all that. But that's Doug Christie and Dirty, our first cousin. This is what Dirty told me, man. Dirty said, man, Fee, we are not educating our children correctly. We're not educating them towards their strengths. We have to learn what their strengths are. If they're good at math, we got to educate them towards math. That's what their strengths is at, because that's where that child is going to be able to help the community in years to come when it comes to economics and math and numbers and this. If you're good with somebody that knows history, educate them that's into history, educate them towards history, because somebody has to keep the secrets of the nation, of the community. Somebody got to be able to pass the history along. Because one thing that the Jewish people say is never again.
That's facts.
They ain't gonna forget, and they ain't gonna let nobody else forget. Never again.
And they ain't gonna let nobody else do it again.
Exactly.
So, and you brought some to my head. You brought some to my head in that moment, right? If we have a child that's good at mathematics, like that's their thing. We know that they're mathematically equipped. Okay, we educate them in the field of mathematics, right?
Yeah.
But if we show them also the mathematics behind various other subjects, it'll also open their mind up to those subjects.
because look at everything that we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
There's math and everything in the universe.
Facts.
You sitting in front of that screen right now dealing with math. Me sitting here dealing with math. Everything deals with math.
So as
Everything.
long as they can see the mathematics behind it, they can have a working knowledge of that subject.
Or how it operates.
Okay. All right. Forgive me for jumping off for a minute, but that just thought just ran through my head, and I had to put it in the ether. So bear with.
Unlike the American dream, the vision combined the history of where we have been with the realities of where we are at. It projects into our minds the kind of thinking and types of conduct necessary for us to free ourselves from the vicious cycle of the recidivism resultants from chasing the American dream. Ooh. How many of us have chased the American dream, bro?
I know I have. I know I have.
So we got to look where we come from to where we at.
I chased a dream all the way to prison.
Man, I chased that dream. I chased that dream for 33 years and led me into prison.
I'm glad I woke up from that dream.
That's a nightmare.
But was it? I woke up with a clear vision.
Of growth and development.
Exactly.
Proper growth and development.
Yes.
By reducing the unnecessary and negative aspects of our lifestyle, we can create the time, space, atmosphere, and opportunity to grow and develop into a wrecking power of people. All right, let me ask this question. We just talked about mathematics, right?
Right.
If there's mathematics in time,
yeah.
Is it mathematics in space?
Yeah.
Is there mathematics in the atmosphere?
There is.
Is it mathematics and opportunities?
Opportunities about the proper timing.
That's
what opportunity even is.
That's that math that I just used as an example. That's that math. Now, see, that would help a child can understand it from a mathematic perspective.
True.
Okay.
Growth and development is mathematical.
Yes. Because
with every age you reach, there's a level of development you must achieve in that age bracket. Age is based on numbers.
Some of us get arrested development. You know what
I'm
saying? You know, so the vision offers us the opportunity to change. It creates in us the atmosphere for change. And by removing the negative implication of the old concept, the vision creates the inner space needed for change.
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Okay. The vision creates the inner space needed for change, right?
Yes.
Okay.
The inner space. What is the inner space?
Now that's what I'm about to get into, because the key to that sentence for me, from what I'm looking at, lies in the sentence before that, right? By removing the negative implications of the old concept, right?
Yeah.
When you remove those negative implications, you free up space in your mind.
Exactly. That's that inner space.
Yes. That's what I was looking at.
Free in your dome. Free. That's that inner space. Because you're removing that. It's like a hard drive. Junk in, junk out. That's what you're gonna get. And then eventually it's gonna crash because you got so much junk in it. It's gonna start running slow.
It's like with the phone.
Yes.
You gotta clear up space.
You gotta clear it up. You gotta get rid of some of them old pictures and stuff that you ain't using, and
old videos you ain't looked at in 8-9 years.
Yeah, get rid of that stuff.
Okay, all right. It just clicked on me, G. You gotta bear with me.
He said, however, it is exclusively up to you to decide how to best manage your time to create a positive change. But remember, in whatever way your time is spent, it will reflect in your conduct. It's up to you. Nobody will be waiting on anybody, but everybody will be somebody. That's our motto.
That's facts.
So it's
Isn't it
up to
written
you.
somewhere about not forsaking the organization for your own personal faults?
That's in the yes, that's in
Because
our
only you
teaching.
can fix you.
Only you can fix you.
And now check this out, right? Because it says in this, however, it is exclusively up to you to decide how to best manage your time. That's that mathematics again.
Time management.
Yes. Once you figure out how to manage your time with the inner space you've now created by moving that negative syndrome, you can then begin to fix yourself and correct your ABAs, actions, behavior, and attitudes. You can then take on positive thinking and build your morale. Oh, am I tripping when I'm reading this?
No, you stating them facts, bro. Kick the truth.
So the first step that each individual should take when it comes to bettering themselves is looking at themselves, analyzing all their negative
Self
traits.
first.
Yes.
Self first. Don't look outside of yourself and blame everybody else for your personal faults. Look in yourself first. Now, let's get down to this next paragraph. Now, watch what it says.
Talk to me.
The vision works for those who spend their time developing an attitude of love. The first principle in prosperity. It works against those who spend their time in self-hatred, self-pity, doubt, insignificant complaints, harboring envy, jealousy, and hostility towards others, or any degree of disloyal behavior. Oh, man, man, this section is heavy, man. This is going to make a person look directly at themselves. Look at yourself.
Okay,
Don't
hold up.
look at nobody else but yourself.
Okay, so all right. We were talking about freedom, right?
Yes.
And building a community up, right?
Right.
And freeing ourselves from that negative environment, so to speak, right?
Right.
But as we get into this section, the freedom is about freeing your dome or your thinking from self-hatred, self-pity, doubt, insignificant complaints, envy, jealousy, hostility towards others, and any degree of disloyal behavior. That's all mental stuff.
Let me ask you this here.
Uh-huh.
Are you a community within yourself?
Absolutely.
All right, then. So we still on community. But now we just went from a overall community to a personal, individual, self-community. Because before we can even get to the overall community, we got to clean up our own personal community within ourselves. That's the only way the vision is going to become a reality. Clean you up first and stop. Listen, bro.
Talk to me.
I don't blame nobody or nothing for my own personal faults. Whatever I go through, I take full responsibility for it. If I need assistance, I know how to reach out to my brothers and sisters and ask them for assistance. I need your assistance because they know they can count on me when they need assistance. But I'm not going to blame for my personal faults. And I'm asking Blaine, don't blame me for your personal fault. But if you are striving to correct your faults, then I will strive with you to help you correct them. I will aid and assist you in that because I am my brothers and my sisters' keeper.
Isn't that taking responsibility and sharing responsibility?
What is love? I am willing to accept responsibility for you, and I'm willing to share responsibility with you. That's what love to you means.
Okay, so by doing that, I would be treating you in the same manner I desire to be treated.
Man, come on.
And that's what brings about prosperity.
Yes.
Because in your weakness, I become your strength and vice versa.
and vice versa.
I don't point you out for your weakness. I step in on behalf of your weakness and I shield you to make sure you able to stand.
But here's the thing, though. I can't take my weaknesses and blame you for my weaknesses. I can't live in self-hatred, self-pity, harboring envy and jealousy and hatred and hostility towards my brothers and my sisters. Because all that hostility that I'm holding, that's me. I got to clear that out of me. Because if I don't clear it out of me, then I'm always going to manifest back out in the ethers towards the very peoples that's around me and close to me. Because I don't love me.
Okay, so that leads me to ask this question, right? So if I'm an individual that harbor these things and I'm reached out to or I'm called upon by the family to handle certain business, not no negative stuff, but whatever the work is that the organization may need to better our condition. If I harbor those ill feelings, the pressure that's put on me, the work that's put on me, the weight that's put on me is going to bring out my resistance. It's going to bring out my desire to buck because I'm trying to hide those things. And in order to hide those things, I got to push myself away from the collective.
Yep. And then
because the more I'm involved, the more I'm going to be exposed.
The more I'm going to be exposed. And so I run from it. And in the process of me running from it, I start pointing fingers just to continue to hide because I'm not facing reality.
So that would be pointing fingers like a distraction, so to speak.
Yes.
So you don't look at me, I'm gonna point you over that way.
Yeah. Don't.
So you can fault them instead of faulting me.
Fault me. I'm gonna blame everything on that brother, that sister, everybody except myself, and it's all my fault. This is what the blueprint is telling us, man. We got to get rid of that. We gotta make the new concept work for us. We gotta make the vision work for us, so that once it works for us as individuals, then it can work for all of us as a collective. Because everyone must do their share. Everybody has responsibility for. We make up the organization, the individual, and come together as a collective.
Okay. All right.
For those who time is spent on negative and depressing attitudes are inviting negative and depressing circumstances into their future. On the other hand, those who think, act, feel, and speak in the manner of love and prosperity are elevating themselves to such states where love and prosperity resides, and they will receive the same throughout their future. So no matter how it may look right now, continue to live in love, continue to live in prosperity, continue to follow the 6 principles of growth and development. Continue to follow that. And it might be looking bleak right now, but in the long run, which is the future, it's gonna shine, bro. It's gonna shine. Thus, the vision is that we dedicate ourselves to a war on illiteracy, that we pursue professional business careers such as accounting, drafting, computer science, business management, etc. Those are the marketable skills that was mentioned in the beginning of freedom. Those marketable skills. That we master the trade of industry, such as brick masonry, building and road construction, textile, machine shop, surveying, welding, etc. All these things makes up a community. That we acquire knowledge and expertise in the areas that are needed in our community, such as plumbing, carpentry, building management and maintenance, auto body repairs, auto mechanics, etc. That we prepare ourselves to become small business administrators in areas such as grocery store. Look at that mini mart that we just sold in that community that was shut down.
Yep.
Clothing store, hardware, entertainment, lounges and dance halls, distributors of general household merchandise, etc. That we amass credentials such as certificates, diplomas, and degrees as statements of our desire to excel positively. That we expand our views to include the educational, economical, political, and social realities of society. That we begin to value the positive implication of righteous endeavors. That we ask not how much I will make, how much will I make, but rather we should ask, is this action in harmony with the 6 principles of growth and development? And most importantly, we must change our conduct and attitude to fit the vision by making our action reflect the same. Now,
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
I want to get all I read that whole paragraph.
Uh-huh.
And I want us to go back and reflect on those 2 communities that we showed, those 2 examples, right? One community has these things that we just that's were mentioned in this paragraph. The other community is lacking in those areas. And the first thing that what makes them lack is that they haven't declared war on illiteracy. That second community hasn't declared war on illiteracy. Now, by looking at the community, you can tell how illiterate the community is. Because you're going to have some individuals in there that has college degrees and they're smart and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But we're talking about the overall. Then you look at the other community, the first community, you can see that it has declared war on illiteracy.
Everybody in that community knows what's going on in that community.
Because they're going to drop off the flyers. Then you know when there's going to be a town hall. They're going to drop off when then you know when it's going to be a PTA meeting. They're going to come around. They're going to get everybody to register to vote. But when they get you registered to vote, they're not just getting you in there to fill out a piece of paper, get you registered to vote, and they go. They're going to sit down. They're going to talk to you. They're going to explain things to you so that way you can understand it.
Mm-hmm.
Second community isn't doing that. They're going to come in the community, get you ready to vote, get you out to the polls, hire you to vote for this person, and then get you back home, and then that's going to be it. Then all the people that have done all they know that they're going to start pocketing the money. That's when you start seeing all of these politicians wind up going to jail for fraud and mail fraud, embezzlement, and money laundering, because they steal.
Now, you know one thing that stood out to me in that paragraph?
Uh-huh.
Where it says that we ask not how much I will make. That means put aside your own personal agenda, your own selfish desire.
Yep.
Your concern should be how my actions in harmony with love, life, loyalty, knowledge, wisdom, understanding.
Yes.
If your actions are not based on those things, then whatever work you're doing as a righteous endeavor is in vain. Because you're not giving your service and cooperation to the organized scheme of things. You're not doing it out of the love of what you believe in. You're doing it out of the selfish gain of what you want. There's no progress in that. Because once you no longer see what you want to have, you're going to stop. You're going to abandon the struggle. You're going to give up because you don't see what you want.
It's over with. You're going to try to find it somewhere else because it's not satisfying your needs or your wants and your desires. I ain't going to say your needs, your wants and desires.
Or you're going to point the finger at somebody and say it's their fault to why I didn't get what I wanted.
Yeah.
It's going to lead you to hating your brother and sister because you blaming them because you don't see what you want. That just stood out to me when you read that.
Now let's get to the closing of this last paragraph.
Mm-hmm.
Therefore, the vision demands that we study, think hard, and debate these laws and principles. Oh, and that's what we do already, Blake.
Yes, sir.
And you know what? We do
Talk
it
to-
on a regular.
Yeah.
On a regular. I talked to one of our mutual brothers today, right? We said it, brother. Me and him, we talked earlier. And we go back and forth. We go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And at the end of whatever we was going back and forth on, you know what we say? All right, bro, love you, man. Talk to you same time tomorrow. All right, love you, bro. See you tomorrow. And that's it. I see you tomorrow. Then I say, oh, damn, that bro was right. And I talked to him again tomorrow. I said, all right, you was right, bro. Don't slay the messenger. You right, bro. You right.
That's
right.
how you do it.
Yeah. You know, the 6 principles of growth and development contains the translation of the new concept and the keys to our survival. If one is to understand the philosophy of the new concept, then these laws and principles must be accepted, understood, and lived by. The laws and principles, the 6 universal laws of the universal laws of existence, which is love, life, Lord, and knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, and the 6 principles of growth and development, which is love, life, Lord, and knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. You got to be accepted, understood, and lived by. So, my brother.
Yes, sir.
What you want to add, bro?
Man, listen, if there was something that could be added to that to put like a cherry on top, I would add it. All I can say is after this podcast, if you don't see the beauty in the vision, if you don't see the growth in the concept, the development of what we can achieve, it's not in your heart. It's not in your heart. It can't be. It couldn't have been made any plainer, any simpler than what it was. And I will say this: if you don't see it, go back and watch it at least 3 times. You will find it. I promise you. And hit that email up. Any questions, any suggestions, any thoughts? Respond to it. We're here for that. You ain't got to sit back, you know what I'm saying, in your house and hide like you know everything. You might open our eyes to something we didn't see. And we look for that. We want our eyes to be open to stuff we haven't seen yet. And it comes from the suggestion. I was going to call it a suggestion box. My bad.
But you did call it a suggestion box. You kept going with it. You know.
But for those that know what that is, the email is that.
Yeah, that's what the email is for. That's your suggestion box right there, that email. You got access, man. Study. That's what we do. We study. We study. We go out, we do examples. We had to show you all that example. That examples of these 2 separate communities that are both majority blacks or Asiatics or whatever.
Original people.
Yes. So these are 2 communities, but you're showing the difference in the education. And like I said, that ain't no suburb. That ain't no middle class community. That is a working class community. It's working class. People's getting up every day, going to work, living check to check. You know,
just like the hood.
It's the hood. But it's just those in the neighborhood are more in tune with the hood and what the hood needs. Instead of those who aren't in tune with the hood and what the hood needs. Since we want to keep it on that level so that people can understand it. Both of them was the hood.
That's facts. It's just one of the people have a direct interest in their environment compared to a neighborhood where people don't have a direct interest in their environment.
Exactly.
That's the only difference.
Yep.
The interest taken, the initiative taken for the community.
Next week we're gonna be on episode
Unwritten
10.
law?
No, warning, the written law.
The written law.
We've been through the unwritten law. That's containment. You know, so
Okay.
that's the unwritten. We dealing with the warning now. Doo 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 doo
Yeah.
doo doo doo.
The red flag.
Yeah.
Hazard
Yeah.
lights and whatnot.
Yes.
Okay.
You know, so you want to end, bro? You want to close out with your closing, bro?
Okay. Closing for this one. This is gonna be interesting. With all love and sincerity, I thank y'all for tuning in and watching. And I look forward to seeing you and the audience again next week with a follow-up on this. And listen, everybody watching, next week, invite a friend. Matter of fact, have dinner, invite the whole family over and watch the next episode. That's what you do. Make it a family event. Instead of a movie night, have a blueprint night.
Blueprint reveal night, so that way we can all get some fat on our head and get those like buttons up. Get us in the
Share it.
algorithm. Yeah, share it.
Subscribe.
Don't be
Comment
afraid to share. We ain't discussing nothing illegal.
at all.
Nothing. We ain't trying to get nobody to go out there and commit a crime. We trying to free your dome.
That's it.
Liberation. You know, so
Yeah. If you believe in it, share it. If you believe in it, like it. If you believe in it, comment. And if you don't believe in it, watch, like, share, and comment.
yeah. So like, share, comment, and
Yeah.
subscribe. So
We don't discriminate. We love everybody. The haters and the ones that love us too. Haters just don't cross the wrong line.
So on that note, we would like to thank you all for another episode of the Blueprint Reveal. And like I said before, me and the brother said it before, thank you. We had 3,500 subscribers. We getting it out the mud when a lot of people didn't want to support us. A lot of, we kept going. But then we thank the audience. We thank the subscribers, man. We thank the people who support us, man, for everything that y'all do. We do this for you all because we understand the importance of growth and development. We know you all love this organization. You all are willing. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.